When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Honda. When you test drive the new Prologue EV, there's a lot that could impress you about it. There's the class-leading passenger space, the clean, thoughtful design, and the intuitive technology. But out of everything, what you'll really love most is that it's a Honda. Visit honda.com/EV to see offers.
And now, live from the TCL broadcast studios, it's Joe Souchere and Patrick Royce with Sports Talk.
Loyola is the 4th, 11th seed to make the Final Four.
Yes. Now, you got to realize that this seeding didn't start till, late 70s, I believe.
When they went to what, 64 teams?
Well, I think they first went to 40, then they went to 48.
But it's a higher seed than 11 ever made it to the Final Four?
No, I don't believe so.
And no 11 seed in this has ever won the tournament.
North Carolina State was a 10, I believe, when they won it, something like that. They were not they had to win the they had to basically win their last all their games in the ACC. They had to win the ACC tournament to end up getting in it. Well, UConn wasn't much of a seed when they won a while back. They had to win from the losers, from the preliminary rounds of the old Big East tournament to win it when they won it too. They weren't a very high seed either. So
well, it's more fun than you can shake a stick at.
Loyola,
yeah,
fun, man. Now the nuns. If I was the nun, I'd say, okay, I took a vow of humility here. Yeah, leave me alone, will you, for 10 minutes? I mean, Plus, I didn't pick them. Plus, I didn't pick us to win. I didn't have us in my bracket.
Mm-hmm.
So. But it is. Well, that was no contest Saturday. They won easy. They ate them up.
Yeah.
Now Kansas State is not that good.
They're only a 9.
How Kansas State beat Kentucky, nobody can figure that one out, except Kentucky choked. The great thing about the basketball tournament is teams choke.
Mm-hmm.
Teams, the pressure gets to them. All of a sudden, one of these, these teams that don't have much to play for are throwing shots in, and they go like that. That's what Michigan State did against Syracuse.
Please tell me you saw Creighton, Durham, and Apple Valley.
Saw the last quarter and a half. It was pretty dang good.
Wow.
Pretty dang good.
That was really good stuff.
But sportsmanship has gotten completely out of hand.
Mm-hmm. In what sense?
You know why?
Well, we can't give Arturo. We can't put him on the All-Star
team. That's the thing. We can't put Arturo on the All-State team because he had a technical foul.
Yeah.
That wasn't like he punched anybody.
Right.
If you go over and punch the opposing coach,
you can't be on the team.
Or get a referee in a headlock and go like this,
a noogie.
Yeah, give him that.
You'll make the news.
Yeah,
but
then
you
don't get on the team. Yeah. But if you have a little incident on the court,
out of frustration,
and you're the best player in the tournament, you should be on the all-conference or don't have an all-state team.
Right.
That's your other option. Because really, what are you saying about the other players if you're picking one out? So maybe you should, in modern times, we shouldn't even have an all-conference team, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean an all-tournament team. I had no idea that was somebody. I don't stay around for the post-game ceremonies,
right.
So I had no idea. Didn't make the teams. I didn't make the all-tournament team. So when somebody tweeted and asked me, I had no idea what the hell they were talking about. And then somebody said he got a T, and the State High School League asked the voters not to vote for him because he got a technical foul.
You know what the best part of 60 Minutes was last night? The segment on the Greek Freak.
The Greek Freak, I didn't watch that. No.
What a nifty guy.
Mm-hmm.
What an interesting character. Came out of abject poverty in Greece.
Yes.
And he's, how good a player is he?
He's fantastic. He's a 6'11" guard, basically.
Yeah. Man.
He's just, the Flip, God love him. The 14th pick in the draft that year was Shabazz Muhammad here, and the 15th pick was the Greek Freak.
Really?
Had our boys taken the Greek Freak, we wouldn't be sweating out this whether they're going to make the playoffs or not. He is fantastic. I just wish his name was like
Bob Smith.
He doesn't have to be that simple, but like Smith's son, or Smith's son, or Mikulski. I could settle for Mikulski.
That would be perfect. Yeah,
I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Manny does. Manny could come in. We'd have to get Manny to come in and tell us.
Yeah.
Manny would have to come in. He's got it figured out. But I got enough trouble with Giannis, much less the last part of it. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, it's an alphabet.
Yeah, it is. But he's. I heard it was really great. I didn't watch Stormy either. I was watching some other stuff, but Stormy. I did love the Star Tribune headline today, though.
What?
Actor says she was threatened. Mm-hmm. Actor. We don't want to put porn star in the headline. I guess actor. I guess she's an actor.
Actress.
They also, that's another new thing.
You're
an actor.
It's
like there's no longer waitresses and waiters. There's
wait staff,
waiters, right?
Yeah.
Aren't I right?
You're an actor or you're a waiter.
You're a waiter, right?
Yeah. You can't be a waiter or a waitress.
No, but she's a specialty actor, I would say. She's got a special field there.
There's some specialties, some field of
that's okay.
Expertise.
That's okay. Headline writer. Stormy admits she's a porn star. That's why it's a story. Okay, right. If he's just messing around with somebody, it's not nearly as good a story as if it's a porn star. So.
Well, would this be a story if she was a librarian?
No.
Probably not.
No. You certainly wouldn't be as fascinated with it. Mm-hmm. So, anyway. But plus, she didn't really give him much of a spanking.
Not really.
The spanking, a couple of whacks is all.
Well, a magazine.
Yeah.
You know what that is? That's nothing.
With his head on it.
Yeah.
With his own, he brought a magazine with himself to show how important he was. But a very good move by him today. You knew he was going to do something dramatic today, so he threw out 60 Ruskies, which we could all approve of that.
Mm-hmm.
So
what do you think of?
But he wasn't on the Twitter this morning ripping Stormy, was he? He wants to act like he never heard of her. So,
what do you think of Hazeltine getting the Ryder Cup?
Unbelievable.
They must love that real estate, huh?
Oh, they love that real estate. They love the amount of money they made, and the first time ever a golf course in the United States will have it twice. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable.
Oh, and just think, guys like Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth and those guys, they'll only be about 35 or 36 years old.
The captain's going to be 100% cinch. Eldrick Tiger Woods.
Probably.
He'll be 52. Mm-hmm. And, he could even be, if he's playing real good, he could be a playing captain. He'll be the captain for sure. He won't be a captain, 4 years from now, when it's here, but they'll want him to be a captain on our turf. Mm-hmm. He'll be the captain at Hazeltine.
I don't see how anybody can beat Bubba at the Masters after the way he's been playing.
No, except there's about 25 other great players.
No, I know, but God, is he playing well.
I'm going with John Rahm, damn it. Yeah. That's my pick, John Rahm. But, yeah, he is playing well. He is playing fantastic. It's hard to believe they didn't put him on the Ryder Cup team last year, and he showed up anyway to help break his image. So change his image as a bad dude. So
Well, he tends to get a little whiny, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think Stansbury's got a story about playing with him when he was a kid, and he was complained about every shot he hit and every bad break he got, and he thinks he gets a lot of bad breaks. The fact he can hit at 330. Is a good break. That's a good break.
He hit an 8-iron yesterday, 220 yards, and it was too much club.
Yeah.
Well, what is that?
I saw somebody the other day. I think he's going to hit it. Who was it? Was it Rory or somebody? I don't know who it was. He's in a little bit of a rough, and I hear Johnny or Roger or somebody say, he's got an 8-iron. I was like 215 out of the rough.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah, that's not the way.
And he's so loosey-goosey, he doesn't appear to be hurting himself.
No.
You look at you look at McIlroy's swing and Woods' swing, and you can understand why they're going to have bad bats.
Well, he hasn't always lived with this big cut. He just started it, 4 or 5 years ago, that he started just hitting it out over the trees and bringing it back. Of course, I admire that type of game.
Right.
Except it's like 200 yards further is all.
Just incredible. How do you hit an 8-iron 220 yards?
Don't know. I don't think they're 8s, though. I don't think they're the 8s that you know and love. The faces, I think, are a little straighter on those.
All right, just a moment.
Works.
Joe, do you remember when hockey players were the size of Dino? Mm-hmm. And nobody really thought anything of it. Right. That's okay. Neil, Dino, little pocket rockets.
Yeah.
The Wild signed the kid from Boston University today.
Right.
Jordan Greenway.
Yep.
6'6".
Yep.
Listed at 226, but he's thicker than that, I think. 6 foot. He's a forward.
That's big.
That is big. He played in the Olympics.
Yep.
And he is a moose. And it's the new hockey player, man, playing up front.
He's playing tomorrow night.
He's going to play tomorrow night. I guess that was part of the deal. He said if he comes up now, he gets credit for the season as part of his service time. So they want. I guess part of the deal was that they had to bring him up to the big leagues, otherwise he wasn't going to sign.
Well, it's not anticipated.
He would have signed during the summer,
but it's not anticipated he's going to be playing in Iowa ever, is it? He's going to.
I don't think he'll be. Well,
he's coming right to the big club and is staying with the big club.
Yeah, yes, he is. And now he might not be in the lineup every day, but he and Charlie Coyle come from the same place, of course. And Charlie was supposed to be a big power forward, and I think they're still sitting around waiting for him to become a star. I don't think it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it's happening. He's too erratic. But this kid, he's going to go. I got to think he's going to go around, stand in front of the net, and there's not a hell of a lot you can do about it.
It'd be tough to move.
Yes. Yeah.
He's going to be rotating force underneath that bucket. No, in front of that net. Let me tell you.
Yeah, he is a moose. There's no doubt about it.
Say, you mentioned Twitter earlier, and I let me pull it up here. I thought I had a pretty good tweet yesterday. I had breaking news, kind of a sports theme for Twitter.
Breaking news, you got to have that.
Breaking news, I learned today that Barabbas was released. Yes, no mention of him clearing waivers. I'll monitor this week to see what happens.
That's not bad, all right.
Well, a little Barabbas joke.
Little Palm Sunday tweet, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, and then somebody said Jesus got the franchise tag, so it was kind of in the spirit of it. I thought it was okay.
It was, and the good thing is Mary Helen's no longer with us, so she can't call.
I won't be getting a call.
You're going to hell.
Right. But there's probably some toe tapping at the gates for when Rookie gets here.
Yeah.
No, she's like this to St. Peter. Yeah. Hey, when Rookie gets here, let me know. I want to talk to him.
I want to make him a little extra.
Virginia Slims.
Little extra repentance.
Yes.
Little extra repentance.
Let's hold him.
For this
hold
guy.
his feet to the fire for an extra 10 minutes for that one.
I think it's cute that you guys think you're going to even make it to the game.
Well, that's pretty presumptuous of me. You're right.
Funny.
You're right.
Plus, she'd be rattling her glass with the ice cubes. hey. Let's go here.
Yeah.
Are you talking to your mom? I just walked in. Are you talking about your mom?
Yes.
Patrick brought her up.
Rookie was making Barabbas.
Mild blasphemous.
Barabbas and Jesus jokes, and I said, you can do that because Mary Helen's no longer alive to call up and tell you you're going to hell.
Either that or I'll be up at the gates and I'll get this. No. And then I'll see your mom in the background and go, no, grab Mary Helen. And she'll just look back and go, nope. Shenzo, nope.
I had a terribly blasphemous thought during during Palm Sunday ceremony.
Oh, really?
Well, every year since I was a kid, you've been hearing that our Savior, when he's about to expire, what's that phrase? He says, Ali,
Et tu, Brutus?
No. My God, why have you abandoned me?
Yeah, but it's in Latin.
Why have you forsaken me?
Yeah. And I almost started laughing to myself because I said to myself, that's not what he's saying.
No.
He's saying, this really hurts.
Ouch.
I hope you bastards appreciate this.
Yeah,
This really, really hurts.
how'd I get talked into this?
Right.
Whose idea was this?
And I'm going to refrain from telling my joke that I did last year about
that's good.
Peter. Get
Peter,
up
I can
here.
see your house from here.
Right.
Kenny?
People didn't like that.
Kenny, the man and I did Saturday Sports Talk from 85 until when did you step away?
About 2011.
2011. So we did it 20, 30, 25 years, 26 years. Top 3 highlights was the day we were talking like this. He takes a call off the air. Yep. Okay. And I said, what was that? He said, Mary Helen, she told me I'm going to hell.
Yep.
I know what it was. I remember what show that was. It was the one where it was Saturday, so you weren't really sure how to feel. Friday you're bummed out. And
that's it. Friday was Good Friday.
Yeah,
so
you
know where to be.
Somber, solemn.
What's Saturday?
Right, Saturday. Where we,
do we know?
When do we get to be? When do we get to turn on the lights and say, "Let's"? Yeah, that's what she didn't
My
like.
mom lit into me when she heard me and Yatesy doing a bit about how he was helping them fish or something. There was a parable and I had this whole thing about the wrong side of the boat and you're fishing too deep on a drop off, and if you just rig your bait right, blah blah blah. And we were yucking it up and crying about it, and oh my goodness, did my mother get mad. Oh.
Really?
But who thinks our Lord and Savior and the boss don't have a sense of humor?
They put one right here.
They probably like a little.
Well, you heard about the priest that got stopped by the highway patrol.
No, what happened?
And the patrol says to the reverend, "You've been drinking, reverend?" He says, "Just water." And the copper says, "Why do I smell wine?" And the priest says, "Mother of God, he did it again."
That's a very good.
That's
joke.
not bad.
That's a fine joke.
That's all right.
Yeah. You can tell that joke, except in Holy Week. Then you're not supposed to tell it.
This is Holy Week.
I know.
I shouldn't have told it.
I shouldn't have told it.
Have you ever noticed, though, when a preacher tells a joke from the pulpit, it gets more laughs than it deserves?
Oh,
absolutely.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
What is that? That's not fair.
No,
you're
right.
We work telling jokes for a living. You can do it out at the state fair and you get nothing but a blank stare.
Right.
You do it inside a church and the whole congregation's rolling over.
I think in the Holy Roman Church, it's because you're afraid he'll get mad if you don't laugh, and then they'll make it last.
Oh, guilt laughing.
Then he'll make it last even longer.
So you're giving your kid the elbow. Laugh, kid. That was funny.
Then he'll ramble
Well, when
on
everybody's
even
laughing,
longer.
I'm saying to myself, "That's not funny."
I know, exactly.
That's not funny.
My whole life.
I know
I've been
funny. That's
my
not
whole
funny.
life. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, so refresh me on Holy Week now.
Okay.
Today's nothing, right?
Well,
Today's
Holy. I don't even think it's Holy Monday.
No, there's no Holy Monday. Now Wednesday it starts getting serious.
Wednesday, we're wringing our hands, going, "Okay,
and
this
Holy
is."
Thursday, I remember
that's a big
that was
deal.
big. I think Wednesday was the last Stations of the Cross, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Man, boom.
See, we didn't have any of that in my church. We had Palm Sunday, Good Friday, Easter
That was
Sunday.
it.
That was
See?
it.
Yeah,
You're done.
That sounds like a
Up
very
from the
guilt-free.
grave he arose. That's one of the best hymns ever written. I love
Well, you know,
that
just
hymn.
in time, I'm going to say we'll be back shortly. And now, thanks to our great friends in Owatonna, Minnesota at Federated Insurance, where it's their business to protect your business, and nobody does that better than Federated. It's Bruce Vail from the Wall Street Journal, and an amazing day in the market.
It was a good day today, Joe. And I know what I like is when you said, you heard of the one about the priest, and everybody in the studio goes, "No, what?"
Yeah, right. Of course we have.
We're waiting for that one. By the way, I looked it up, and hawks do attack people's heads during nesting season. So that means nothing to no one this hour, but I was curious. We had a big day in the stock market today. Investor jitters over trade policies eased a bit, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average jumped 669 points to 24,202. Still in the red for the year, though. The NASDAQ Composite gained 227 points, and the S&P 500 picked up 70. Walmart is expanding the use of robots in some of its stores. The retailer has been running a pilot program involving shelf-scanning robots that move up and down the aisles with cameras. They look for shelving errors, out-of-stock items, incorrect prices, and when they spot an error, they alert an employee. Minneapolis-based Dairy Queen is rolling out something special for baseball's opening day. On Thursday, the company will offer a new triple play blizzard in just 15 locations around the country, one store in each home team city. It features a bunch of stuff you can get at the ballpark, including caramel popcorn and pretzel pieces, all mixed in with ice cream. Unfortunately, the Twins are in Baltimore Thursday, so you really have to go there to get one. I'm Bruce Vail with your Money Now on 1500 ESPN.
Okay, Bruce, we'll cut you loose because we need to check traffic. And this one's sponsored by KFC 94 if you're running between the downtowns. Not too bad, 11, 12 minutes each way. Eastbound 62 up to the usual slow and go shenanigans. Tracy over to Penn. Same story playing out eastbound 494. It's jammed 100 over to W. KFC's $20 fill-up will feed a family of 4 with 8
fertilizer program.
Here's John Height.
Thank you, Joe. It's cloudy and 36 degrees. The Ryder Cup, you guys talked about, is coming back to Minnesota. A tweet on the official Ryder Cup account this morning confirmed the announcement from PGA of America. It'll be held at Hazeltine National Golf Club in Chaska in 2028. The event, of course, held there in 2016.
Isn't that kind of optimistic, scheduling something that far out?
Well...
in terms of the world?
Armageddon?
Yes.
They
scheduled
another one in 2032 at the Olympic Club in San Francisco. So
that's way out there.
Yeah, that is. That's true. But I'll tell you, you know what? Our friend Wicker, back in the day, used to suggest that Hammer was in so many places that there was more than one Hammer. You know, that there were like 3 hammers because he was every place.
Oh, hammer time, you mean?
Yeah,
Hammer.
When he was hot.
Yeah.
Right, he was everywhere. Every game you ever saw,
there's
was
like
hammer.
the northeastern hammer, the southwestern.
I think we got 2-3 John Schusters. I think there's more than one John Schuster. I think there's 3 or 4 of these guys. He made he made the announcement today. The curling guy.
Oh, the curling. They tapped the curling club?
Yeah, he made the announcement. There's more than one John Schuster.
They clone him. Plus,
there's several. All you got to do is grow a bad mustache. And,
He needs to raise his rates. That's the problem.
That's
he's far
I think
too
he's
affordable.
doing it all for free.
Oh, well, then they're really taking advantage of him.
Yes.
Forward Jordan Greenway signing a 3-year entry-level contract with the Wild today, one day after his Boston University team was eliminated from the NCAA tournament. Greenway will wear jersey number 18, and yes, he'll be tomorrow with the Wild when they play Nashville. GM Chuck Fletcher telling reporters he thinks Greenway will make his NHL debut against the Predators.
They sent Mitchell at forward back down today to make room on the roster.
Is he really doing them for free? I'm stunned by this.
No, I have no idea.
He better be getting paid. He knows the people that he's doing it for free are getting paid, right? Or something like that?
Oh, I don't know. There wasn't much money in that Ryder Cup last time. They couldn't have made over $100 million, probably.
They're still selling hats.
Yeah, right.
Just to break even.
Former Major League Baseball slugger Albert Bell.
Remember what we wanted to do with him?
Our guy, Albert.
I don't like the tone of your
We're going
voice.
to take his home run ball and throw it in the river.
Yeah,
remember?
he was trying to collect all the home run balls. We were going to say, if you catch one, give it to us. We'll throw it in the river.
Urinated in the parking lot of a soccer stadium in Arizona where he was arrested after exposing himself to up to 4 people, including a female teenager, according to reports.
Now, was he exposing himself, or was he just taking a leak behind a tree?
A leak, although...
Well, it's their fault they look.
Well, as you'll see in just a moment, there was a little more involved in that. Officers from the Salt River Police Department...
Maybe they couldn't miss it, even if they didn't try to.
Responded.
One of those deals.
Well, if you saw Albert's mugshot, Albert's put on a few pounds.
Oh, really? Looking big, huh?
Yeah, gigantic. Officers from the Salt River Police Department responding to the Phoenix Rising Soccer Club Stadium in Scottsdale about 9:30 Saturday night. Officers then managed to track down suspects who had allegedly just exposed themselves to 2 adults and 2 juveniles in the parking lot. One of the suspects was the 51-year-old Albert Bell, located inside a vehicle earlier, described to police caught in the events exiting traffic. The other suspect with Bell was not identified. Detective Joseph Orozco, public information officer, did not respond to a message seeking comment about the other suspect. Earlier Monday, the Arizona Republic reported that Bell, citing a probable cause statement, had exposed himself to a 15-year-old girl.
Well,
man's father told police in Salt River she saw Bell urinating next to the driver's side door. The girl's father yelled at Bell for making him stop. He then responded by turning and shaking his genitals at him and his daughter.
All right.
That prodigious, huh?
He must not have 5 cents left, huh?
I don't know. One of the oddest stories of my journalistic career was during the 2009 Viking season. I came in the office at the Strip one day, and the boss said he got a call from Albert Bell's agent who wanted to talk to somebody at the sports department because he was a big Viking fan.
I remember this.
And I called him up.
Yeah.
And he was telling me how much he loved
to talk about football.
The Vikings, and how they're going to go to the Super Bowl, and how excited he was, and explain how he became a Viking fan, even though he didn't grow here.
Sound like he was tweaking or anything?
No, he was fine. He was fine.
That doesn't sound like a flat-out exposure situation.
No, I have a lot of questions about this.
I think the father was the co-conspirator for harassing him.
And did this father know, in fact, it was Albert Bell? And would he have called the police if it was just Joe Schmo?
That I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know that either.
Career earnings, $97,376,000 from 89 to 03.
He wasn't a dumb guy either. So
maybe he's got his. Maybe he just really had to take a leak.
Who here hasn't taken a leak in a soccer field parking lot? Please.
Well, isn't that required?
Let me think.
I went and looked at the new soccer stadium construction yesterday.
Yeah, nerd.
I don't have anything to report. I just went to see it.
You were surprised it wasn't larger.
Well, I'm reading now. They don't think it's going to be big enough.
What are they going to do?
I don't know.
Well, because they're getting 19,000 fans at
the TCF.
TCF.
How are you going to get people in and out of that area in a timely manner?
You can't.
Light rail will be inefficient. It'll be too. It can't handle that amount of people.
And that's already the worst intersection in town.
80% of their games are on weekends. So don't worry about it.
But everything on Snelling between University and Marshall is just a disaster every single day.
Mm-hmm. But Saturdays and Sundays might not be as bad.
Oh, you're so optimistic. You'll be around in 2028 for that Ryder Cup, won't you?
I told you. If I make it there, I will be 2 weeks shy of my 83rd birthday, or 15 years younger than Sid is today.
News notes from today. An arrest warrant has been issued for a woman convicted back in 2016 of hiding her teenage daughters from her husband for more than 2 years during a bitter custody dispute.
Did she take off again?
She failed to appear, Pat, for a scheduled court hearing today.
Whoops.
The hearing was scheduled for 9 this morning in Dakota County, and the warrant was issued after Sandra Grazzini-Rucky failed to appear. Last November, Minnesota Court of Appeals ruling said a judge has to allow her to serve a prison term of just over a year all at once and not in 15-day stretches annually through the length of her probation, scheduled to run through 2022. The court refused, however, to reverse her conviction, dismiss the charges against her, or grant a new trial. The parents, her and her husband, were involved in a bitter divorce and custody battle when the girls disappeared. The girls' mom accused the father of abusing her and the girls. The judge granted custody to the father, who denied the accusations. The teens were found in 2015 and moved back in with their father. Grazzini-Rucky was convicted July of 2016.
She was down in Florida partying, wasn't she?
I don't know.
I remember the story, and I remember they were on a horse farm or something like that.
Well, that were the kids, but she was in Florida with her guy or something.
Yeah, she's.
Well, they're
Is
going
that her?
Yeah.
Why would you possibly trust her? Why would you not just put her right in jail? Why would they give her? She's proved
Brooke is
she's
showing me
run.
a photo of her. She's got about 80 pounds of hair dye in her hair.
Well,
My
that's
goodness.
President Trump plans to oust embattled Veterans Affairs Secretary David Shulkin amid a rebellion at the agency.
What do you mean? He's going to fire one of his semi-cabinet members?
Yeah, but I think
shocked.
this guy deserves it, I think, by the sounds of it. Shulkin has faced backlash after an Inspector General report said he misspent taxpayer money on lavish travel for himself and his wife. They accepted tickets to the Wimbledon tennis tournament in London and used taxpayer money to travel to Europe, which cost $123,000. Washington Post reported earlier this month that tension has skyrocketed between Shulkin and his staff after disagreements with Trump's political opponents.
John, we got to take Howie's call.
Sure.
Howie.
Yes.
What's up?
How are you doing?
Good.
I was just had a comment on a comment that Patrick made about this kid from Cretin-Durham Hall that didn't make the all-tourney team.
Yeah.
Well, that's just part of the responsibility when you can't control your temper. I know tempers flare when you're playing basketball, but I just want to see what this kid does at the University of Minnesota, if he's going to be able to be a good kid or be a troublemaker and stuff.
All right, Howie, thank you.
He'll be fine, Howie. The old conservative son of a gun, former referee, Howie, probably.
That was a good call, Joe.
Well, he was there, and I thought,
yeah,
what the hell?
Paisley Park will build another tribute fence where Prince fans can leave messages.
Give it up.
To mark the second anniversary.
You're the
of
only
his
one
death.
that doesn't get it, Pat.
No, I don't get it. Well, it's enough. It's enough.
No,
it's
not.
enough.
There's never enough.
The fence will be set up next month at Paisley Park, the studio complex and museum where Prince lived until he died there. The fence will also display fan messages and artifacts that Paisley Park has received. Fans attending the Prince Live on the Big Screen concert at Target Center April 21st can also place memorial messages on
Stop.
Yeah.
Wait, stop.
Yeah.
He, after saying that's enough,
He leave?
He ripped his headphones off,
Answer his phone.
left his microphone on, and then got up and left the room talking on his phone. He's now standing in the hallway yelling at somebody on the phone.
It is a very important preseason call.
Just a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome to Sports Talk. And I want this to be playing while they put me to sleep for 5 days straight.
I don't want to talk over Al Wilson, but I suppose I have to.
I told the fellas during the break I want an ambulance to come pick me up. I want to be taken to the hospital, and I want to be put under for about 5 days. All I want to do is sleep.
Why is that, Kenny?
Because I'm tired, Joe. I just want to sleep.
Because I'm tired, Joe. You know, sometimes it's a good thing not to listen to your wife.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not, but a Virginia man's wife had good cause to offer him some forgiveness after he disobeyed her, bought a lottery ticket after she told him not to, and won $4 million.
She's talking to him now, isn't she?
Lines of communication are open.
Oliver Davis Jr. of Portsmouth, Virginia, told Virginia lottery officials he knew buying a Super Cash Frenzy ticket might land him in some hot water at home.
Are those the $10 ones, Joe? Or John?
Yes, they cost $10.
Is that why he would have been in trouble? She thought that was too spendy?
Yes, because he said he told his wife he wouldn't buy those anymore.
Okay.
He said she might forgive him, however, since the ticket was the $4 million top prize winner. Dollar Delights, the store where Davis bought the winning ticket on Friday, was awarded a $10,000
Who could resist
bonus.
Dollar Delights?
They got the good steaks there.
I'd put my hat and shoes on the shore and leave a suicide note and say, I bought the ticket, honey. I knew I'd defied you. You'll never see me again. So.
No,
And you're going to be so neat about it, you'd actually take your shoes off.
Right.
And leave it there.
Fold the shirt neatly.
You got to give them a hint that that's where you went.
What's the joke? Pack your bags. I won the lottery. And the wife says, "Oh, where are we going?" He says, "I don't know where you're going. You're going out. I won the lottery."
It's how many bags should I pack, honey? And he says, "Pack them all, honey. You're out of here." A man who ended up wedged between two buildings in Hawaii for more than 3 hours.
You've had a lot of wedging stories. You got the guys whose testes were wedged in the chair.
This story,
that one still hurts.
I have, for a few
Don't
years
say
now,
testes.
you guys all know that I've been having problems a little bit with claustrophobia.
Yeah.
This one made me sweat when I first got it, so hopefully it won't make me sweat
Take
here.
a deep breath.
Man who ended up wedged between two buildings in Hawaii for more than 3 hours said he was chasing a runaway baseball. Michael Magiacomo was rescued Friday from between the exterior walls of a Walgreens and Heald College's parking structure near Ala Moana in Honolulu. Said he was bouncing a baseball on top of the plaza when it got away from him. Maggio Como said, this is like the 6th ball I'd lost in that area, so I think, okay, I got to go down and get those. Maggio Como said he decided to shimmy down between the walls, even though the space was only about 9 inches.
Yeah, okay, I can't handle that either. John.
Shimmy down.
How'd they get him out?
He said, I saw that it was skinny
Tore
at the bottom.
building down.
He said, I saw that it was skinny at the bottom, but I'm skinny too. Said he was about 15 feet from the bottom when he felt the space narrowing even more.
Oh, my God.
Maggio Como said, that's when I learned that, but hey, I've got to get these baseballs, so I keep going down a little lower.
Loves his game, man. Okay. He loves baseball.
Okay, Rain Man.
Well, actually, I didn't read this part, but his nickname in Hawaii is Baseball Mike.
Okay.
So, a Walgreens customer heard Maggio Como calling for help, and firefighters soon arrived to use drills and hammers to break through a wall, a process that took more than 3 hours. Honolulu Fire Department Captain Albert McCollum said it started as a tile wall and then a full concrete slab and then supported with rebar. We had to cut through all of that to get to that location.
It's going to be a little spendy for him to pay for the rescue.
Maybe you could sell some of those baseballs. Yeah.
You get them back.
They better be signed by Henry Aaron.
Maggio Como said, I could hear dong, 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 so I knew they were coming as it was reverberating. But I was like, I'm dying, and there's a point where you just tap out. You literally just want to tap out. Maggio Como said he was taken to the hospital, but was found to be free of major injuries. He's recovering from his ordeal. He said, I'm just happy to be here. You know that?
Yeah, I do know that.
He says like too often.
Yeah, like. New Zealand. Anybody know anything about New Zealand in here?
Like Australia.
Down under, matey.
Everything there will kill you.
Pass the Bobby, you wanker, bloke.
Long ways away.
People may not be so smart or perhaps a little naive, I think, after you hear this
story.
Good
at rugby. I know that. They're good at rugby.
A Rotorua, New Zealand man has admitted to telling a woman he had been forced to drink poison and would die unless she performed certain sexual acts on him within 48 hours.
Wait a
He's
second.
innocent.
That
if
works?
somebody's that stupid, he's innocent.
The 24-year-old...
Well, a 25-hour flight, Kenny, but if it works, it's probably going to pay off for you.
24-year-old pleaded guilty in the Rotorua District Court to sexual connection induced by threat. He will be sentenced in May. The police summary of the facts of the case say the man went to the woman's home, red-faced and bent over, holding his ribs, told her he'd been beaten up and forced to drink a vial of toxin.
Okay.
He told her he would die unless
At this point, she should have said, why is that my problem?
Right. Why are you holding your ribs then?
Right. Start dying, pal.
He told her he would die unless he didn't sweat it out within 48 hours. She suggested he go for a run, but he said that wouldn't work as
I got a better idea.
as he had to sweat it out in a, quote, particular way.
Did it work?
Sweat it out.
Well,
This is a new term. I've never heard this one.
Shortly after, she also began getting emails from an unknown email address appearing to...
What are you doing in there? I'm sweating it out.
appearing to verify the story. The emails instructed her to perform sexual acts on the man 4 times and have sexual intercourse 3 times within a 48-hour period to get the toxin out of his system. The summary said the woman only consented because she thought the man's life was in danger.
Right. It worked. It worked,
It
Kenny.
worked.
I was watching Diner the other night. The good-looking blonde, Carol, whatever her name is, and isn't a Modell. Says she's not a bright girl. She's not I don't think she's a bright girl.
Is every one of those characters, male characters in Diners, supposed to irritate you? I cannot watch that movie without getting really angry at all of them.
I love it.
Really?
Yeah, I do too, actually.
The scenes in the diner are just fantastic.
Hey, it's a well done movie. It's a great movie, but every single one of those characters drive me crazy.
John, if she consented and this worked, why were the cops ever involved?
Well, the threats, even after she completed the task that would get the toxins out, the threats or the emails kept coming.
More toxins.
So finally, a friend told her she should go talk to the police.
Okay.
She did.
Do we know if the guy knew her?
That is not addressed in the story. I am not sure.
That's the new one. That's not exactly Amway calling, is it?
No, but it's funny. Funny thing is, though, is that when she called the cop and the cop arrived at her door, he was red-faced and holding his ribs.
That's right.
Help me, I've just had a vial of toxin.
I think I got it, too.
There's a gang of ruffians about.
They're running up and down the street making everybody drink poison.
And you're the only thing that'll save us.
Right.
You're the antidote, baby. Smoochy, smoochy, smoochy.
Okay, then. That was a good story, John. I like that.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Not a breakthrough.
Are you hastily putting together the ride?
No, I'm just putting together my clumps of papers. And, I got them together. I just don't have them separated yet into fine piles, so I know where to go first.
What's coming up?
We're starting off with a little Ryder Cup conversation. There's all kinds of sporting events, and at 4:40, Scott Sandelin, the coach of the UMD Bulldogs, who have made the Frozen Four with 3 Big Ten teams, will be with us. And remember, they beat the Gophers by 1,000th of a point in the pairwise percentage ratings to make the playoffs.
Wow.
To be the last team in, and now they're in the Frozen Four.
Who at Hazeltine went after the Ryder Cup?
Oh, they told them from get-go, we want her back.
Who's in charge of the Ryder Cup? USGA?
No, PGA of America.
PGA of America. They came back and asked Hazeltine.
Yeah, and the Hazeltine has taken the women's PGA for back-to-back years. I think that's part of the deal here. The women's PGA was struggling to find a home and find any kind of a success, and it's going to be out at Hazeltine, I think, in 19 and 2000. So back-to-back. So I think that gave them good points.
2000. I can't.
I think 19 and 20.
2019 and 20.
Yeah. 1500. ESPN
Got it.
is KSTP St. Paul, Minneapolis. It's 36 still.
Hi, this is Chris Howard, host of Plugged In with Chris Howard. It's crazy to think that a few weeks ago we were talking about whether or not Tua Tagovailoa should consider retiring. After 2 concussions and worldwide debates on player safety and NFL culpability, Tua has done nothing but go back to work and currently has the Dolphins riding a 3-game win streak and 1 loss behind the division favorite Buffalo Bills. While everyone was yapping about the end of his career, Tua Tagovailoa said he'll decide when it's time. And clearly, he's not ready to hang up the cleats. Hi, this is Chris Howard from the Plugged In with Chris Howard podcast. BetOnline.net is your #1 source for betting football and the start of the new basketball season. Find all the latest player developments, team matchups, news, podcasts, and in-depth analysis on every game. BetOnline remains your continued source for all your sports wagering information with live betting, up-to-the-minute scores for the fastest and easiest way to check in on all your favorite games and events, including the MLB playoffs, the start of the NHL season, MMA, boxing, and golf. And if you love sports podcasts, you can find those at BetOnline as well. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more. BetOnline, where the game starts.